What's up, guys? Football Friday on deck. We got 3 games tonight, and then tomorrow, really not a lot of great matchups. So first time in a couple years, I think there's no top 25 matchup between teams. The teams are playing, off schedules. A lot of them are playing their first conference game, and they're not great matchups. So the only 2 I'm gonna cover is South Carolina versus Alabama and Clemson versus Syracuse. Those are the 2 big games around here. First, South Carolina. 2 weeks ago, South Carolina fans want to burn the stadium down, fire from the top to the bottom, and start over. Get rid of the quarterback, blah, blah, blah. Well, quarterback gets hurt, bring in a true freshman, Ryan Helinski, hot shot from California, and they blow out Charleston Southern, and he looks great doing it. You also get some quarterback play from DeCarrion Joyner, who's been in the program, who once he wasn't named the backup, a lot of people thought he would transfer, but now he's playing his role as a slot guy, a little bit of quarterback, a little wildcat action. So the mood has changed in Columbia. Unfortunately, so is the competition this weekend. Everybody talks about 2010, Stephen Garcia, Steve Spurrier beat the #1 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide, and the only time Nick Saban's ever lost by double digits in an SEC game, and blah, 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 blah. But that's not this team. There's no Marcus Lattimore, Alshon Jeffrey, Clowney, Gilmore. None of that's relevant in this situation. So I think it's going to come down to the defensive side. We know Helinski can make some throws. We'll see if he can do it under duress. We'll see if they can get a running game going with Feaster and Dowdle. The problem is, like I said, on the defensive side, I don't think they can stop Alabama. They couldn't stop a freshman quarterback from North Carolina in the first-year program under Mac Brown, who was 2-9 the year before. So Tua, Jerry Jeudy, the whole crew, I think they'll score at will, and I think they'll score a lot early. And they may put the brakes on in the 3rd and 4th because this win doesn't mean as much to Alabama as it would to South Carolina, of course. So I'm calling it a 48-20 game. They will cover the 26, in my opinion, and it could be worse. But then again, it's hard to tell with the back door, because they could easily probably score 60 if they wanted to, but there's no need to. If you're up by 4 scores, you can call off the dogs, and then maybe Carolina backdoors it. But if I'm a betting man, I lay the 26 and just bet on Tua and Jerry Jeudy. 48-20 is my prediction. This game won't make or break South Carolina's season. Hopefully they're competitive and they can build on it, to win the games down the road with Missouri and Kentucky and Tennessee and those teams and get to 6 and 7 wins. But we'll see. I'm calling Carolina a loser, 48-20. The second one is Clemson, Syracuse, and same thing with this. Is a little history there, and everybody thinks that Syracuse has Clemson's number. I think they've just been fortunate. The injury bug is hit at the right time for Clemson. Kelly Bryant goes out 2 years ago on a Friday night, and Syracuse holds on to win. And then last year, Trevor Lawrence gets hit on the sidelines. He's out, but Chase Bryce comes back, and they beat Syracuse late. So they've been close games. I don't think this is the same Syracuse team. This is the same Clemson team, but not the same Syracuse team. Syracuse just got whacked last week by like 35 to Maryland, of all people. So it's on the road. It is at the Carrier Dome. It's nighttime, ESPN coverage, whatever. But you still got Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Ross, Higgins. The defense is playing fairly well. For 59 minutes, held Texas A&M out the end zone. They got that garbage touchdown with like 20 seconds to go, but pretty good defense, which was, the only question I had. Will they cover the 28? I don't know. They don't have to. They don't need to. They're in the catbird seat. You win the next 11 games by 1 point, and you go to the championship. So they can, and they can score a lot. They haven't really looked as fluid at times, but they just so much better than Syracuse. If I had to put a number on it, I'll say something like 38-17. They'll win by 21. But one score either way. If that's 38-10, you cover, or 38-17, you don't. So it's gonna come down to a 1 score. It'll be close to covering. If I was a betting man on both of these games, I'd bet Alabama and Clemson first half. I think they come out with a knockout punch and just cruise for the second half. So if I was a bet, I'd probably take Syracuse and those points just because 28's a lot. They scored, 10 points. Clemson's got to score 6 times, and I don't know. But so I'll say 38-17 Clemson, but it could go either way. It's still going to be a rout and another easy win for Clemson. Stay tuned. I'll have a little something tomorrow, maybe some food, maybe a little preview for the NFL going towards Sunday, or maybe a review of what happened on Saturday's games. But either way, I'll have a little content tomorrow. Alabama 48-20, Clemson 38-17. See you tomorrow.